Hello and welcome back to our series of Europa Universalis 4 Rule Britannia, where we are playing as, well, something has changed here. I wrote a little mod for us to recognize that we are now the United Kingdom of Scotland and Ireland. So we've got a quartered flag. England doesn't get to be all special with their quartered flag anymore. And we are now Riocht Aunachta, I believe is how you pronounce that, but I could be completely wrong because I'm not an expert in Scots Gaelic, which it's Scots Gaelic for United Kingdom. So we are the United Kingdom of Ireland and Scotland. Not entirely united because we did get defeated by Catholic zealots in Leinster last time, so we're going to have to figure out how to deal with that. Currently holding off on tech because we don't want to get unbalanced and lose a bunch of money to rooting out corruption, as we are actively spending way more money than we have to spend on colonizing the New World, which is somewhat historically accurate for Scotland, but hopefully we can turn those colonies profitable before we go bankrupt. That's really our goal at this point. If we see a good opportunity to strike at England, we will. The problem is they're allied with Castile and Portugal, so there's no significant naval power we can ally with against them, so it would basically be none of our allies would be able to get across the channel, all of their allies would be able to get across the channel, and that's not good. So, took out another loan. Yeah, we're bleeding money like crazy. What are we currently bleeding money from at the moment? Colonial maintenance, army maintenance. We're not over our force limit, are we? No. Seems like we're spending a shit ton of money on army maintenance for our army size. Let's see if we can get to Cork before they do. We cannot. And I believe... Now, there's a river crossing at every possible place we could attack from, so... our forts are off. Why are these guys not protecting trade? That's part of why we're losing money. Yeah, go ahead and protect trade in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, go home at war. And then our other navy... Oh, that's our exploration fleet. That's why I was keeping them in port. Yeah, we'll just... here's the problem. If I was an optimal EU4 player, I would just send them out, but I do not trust myself to bring them back to port and check when they can explore again, and the little "you can explore" icon will not pop up if they are protecting trade. So, because I don't trust myself to pay attention, I'm just going to leave them like that. Well, let's see. They took control of Cork. Reformation branch is out. Oh, hey. Where did the Reformation branch out? I clicked through the event too quickly. Scandinavia? Where is it? Reformed. Okay, so there's a Protestant center in Perth. There's one in Hamburg, and there's one in... I thought there was one in Berlin. Okay, so this is the Reform Center. It's an Altmark. Interesting. So did that overwrite the other Protestant Center of Reformation? Because I thought there were two in Germany. That's weird. That might be a bug. Well, it's not good for us because it means there's going to be fewer Lutherans. But oh well. Visit from some shady people. I always refuse that offer. Colony in Beathuk has become self-sustaining. We want to get to Hochelaga as quick as possible for that inland center of trade. But we cannot grab it yet because we don't have a core here. So, this isn't a center of trade right now. I think we want the closest non-Arctic province. Let's see, 3, it says 5 development. Is it part of one of the areas that we need? Yeah. So let's grab this. Okay. And then, how many men do we need to reinforce here? Honest merchants! Awesome. Get some global trade power. Alright, we'll march on Desmond. We'll try to catch them there. Alright, England's no longer great power. It seems to happen fairly commonly. We have lost another battle. We've finished another colony. So we'll go here next. Do we not have transports? Here. There we go. Yeah, so these Catholic zealots are posing a problem, as it turns out. I think we're just going to run along behind them and recapture some of the stuff that they've previously taken from us. Oh, they're going to have to cross the river to fight us. Let's see if that makes any difference. And we got a tick of manpower. It's not going to make any difference. We're still going to lose. Well, we delayed them. Oh, we finished a mission, too. What mission did we finish? Nova Scotia. All right. So we get global tariffs plus 15. 5 fully colonized provinces. I don't think we have 5 fully colonized... Oh, if it's counting Greenland. I was going to say, we don't have a colonial nation yet, so... Still can't tech yet, because we'll be unbalanced. Is there a reason we weren't taking the last exploration idea? I feel like we might as well. Well, I feel like if I had actually watched the last episode, I would know why I wasn't doing that, but... We're okay. We don't... Let's just get it. Alright, so reign in the clans. The clan chiefs of the northern parts of our kingdom are too wayward for the liking to the crown. If we replace the current chiefs with ones loyal to us, then we better be able to harness the power of the wild savages to the north for our armies. Given how this run has gone RP-wise, I think it's probably the opposite. I think it's that we legitimized the northern clans and kind of gave them what they wanted. Let's see. He's relocating to Ulster, so good for him. That's far away from us. Taking out another loan. Hopefully these colonies will become profitable soon. Oh, hey, we can start converting Cork to Protestant, back from Catholic. Stadacona has attacked us, that's fine. Catholic zealots have taken control of Ulster. Do they convert every province they take control of? I guess they do. Interesting. I also wonder if this event chain is in some way specific to Ireland. Alright, I feel like we might have enough guys to kill them now. Is there a way in that does not cross a river? Ormond, Leinster. So if we attack from the Midlands, actually, we will not suffer a river crossing. Wait for one more tick of manpower. Gain some forced migration CBs. Our explorer died, and we lost another battle. This is some real time of trouble stuff going on here. We are losing money way faster than I think we should be. Like that's like an amount of money being lost that I would expect to see if we were if we had what's it called? If we were like over our force limit or something. I cannot even attempt to pronounce that, but a woman with a Gaelic name that I'm not even going to attempt has arrived at our court to petition the release of her sons Tibbet Burke and Murragh O'Flaherty and her half-brother Donal na Piopa. She is the Queen of Umail, a chieftain of the O'Malley clan, a known traitor and supposed pirate. The Sea Queen of Connacht, as they call her, owner of Hen's Castle. It was named so because of her first husband's attitude after he had taken a fortress in the Low Corrib from the Joyce clan, which he first named it Cox Castle. When he died, the Joyces tried to retake it, but this woman defended it vigorously, and they became so impressed that they renamed it to the Hen's Castle. There's a legend, a story about her defending the castle from the English by taking lead from the roof of the fortress, melting it, and then pouring it onto the heads of the attacking soldiers. She withstood the siege until help arrived, and the English were beaten back. Having her as our advisor or admiral could be worthwhile. So she could be a skill 2 discipline advisor. I don't think we're in any position to be hiring advisors right now. We can make her an admiral with really good stats, or just release the prisoners. Our prestige is okay. I think she's probably most useful as an admiral. Especially if we get into a war with England. It might be nice. Okay, these guys are on their way to the West March, so I'm going to activate the fortress there. So that we will get the terrain bonus against them. Tea and sugar, there'll be blood. Alright. This is turned out to be one of the most punishing rebellions I've ever fought in EU4, actually. Alright, awesome. We're producing fur. That's very good. We can also get another aspect of faith. Manpower recovery speed would be really nice. I think I'm going to go with discipline. So, holy sacraments. The 7 sacraments are rituals that are efficacious signs of grace instituted by Christ and entrusted to the church, by which divine life is dispensed to us. These holy sacraments are baptism, confirmation of, or chrismation, Eucharist, penance, anointing of the sick, holy orders, and matrimony. We will hang on to that at least until we've defeated the rebels. Apparently our conquistador got into a fight in western Mexico there. Alright. We will let our reinforcements tick back in until it looks like they're about to take the fortress. And then we will jump into their assistance. Awesome. We have a diplomat that's not doing anything, by the way, it looks like. Let's remind our allies how cool we are. England is now considered a great power again. Alright, we're going in. We've got superior numbers, we've got superior terrain. Our generals are about equivalent. Jeez, okay. Aelperin Livingston, we will remember for a long time as the guy who almost killed Scotland. So that was a that was quite the civil war there. We are going to put our army maintenance back down so we can start repaying some of these loans. Let's see. Morale of armies, we'll keep it exactly -3. We're not paying anything to root out corruption. Colonial maintenance, fort maintenance. What forts do we have on? Turn off all the forts. No forts. Okay. I suppose there's really no other way to stop the bleeding here, other than... I mean, we can re-mothball this navy. So, mothball. Then... yeah, I think we're kind of doing what we can do. Oh, hey, we could send these guys to the Gulf of St. Lawrence instead of the North Sea, and that will bring in some extra trade profits. But yeah, we're kind of in a financial freefall for the moment until our colonies start turning a profit. Ulster is converted to Protestants. Or back to Protestant, I suppose. How many loans do we have out right now? I'm going to say it's like 6. 8. Could repay an old loan and take out a new loan. That'll at least give us a little bit of a longer term. I don't know if that really does anything. That might end up being a wash. And the bleeding should slow down a little bit once we fully reinforce our army as well. So, conquistadors getting into fights with dudes again. Why you know hunt for 7 cities? Oh, because their maintenance is too low. So is that going to happen every time they get into a fight now? Oh, I really want to take the faster colonists. Let's just do it. Let's just bite the bullet. I know we're kind of in dire straits here, monarch power-wise, but... converted the heretics of Cork. Let's see. Okay, Kildare is being reconverted by a nearby religious center. Okay, when they get back up to 4 bourgeoisie request privileges, we can lose diplo power a lot easier than we can lose admin power right now. We've also maxed out our military power, so unless we have Catholic Zealots 20 years, not too worried about that. Let us rather strengthen the government. Got to get our legitimacy on track here. Okay, so these guys will pretty much be prevented from exploring unless we raise our army maintenance a bit more, so we'll put it at minus 250. Hunt for the 7 cities. Religious civil disorder in Liège. Okay. Denmark and Sweden are fighting. We cannot imagine the terror our conquistador must have felt when he laid his head onto a great stone. We've seen this event before, I'm pretty sure. 50 diplomatic power, but we lose money. We can't afford to lose money right now. It looks like England is also fighting Denmark because they are currently blockading the Faroe Islands. Guess I should not have recruited her as an admiral because we can't use her as an explorer, but we don't desperately need an explorer right now anyway. Okay, I believe that puts us in a position where we can reduce some inflation.